All right, today we are going to create a butterfly collage, which means we're going to use lots of different pieces of paper and cut them out and put them together to make our butterfly. Now, we need to talk about what parts we need first. So when we look at the parts of a butterfly, there are not just two wings, there's actually four. There's two wings that are actually called the forewings, and then there's two wings here at the bottom that are called the hind wings. And then we have the part of the butterfly in the middle here, which is a lot of times called the body, but it's actually three parts. You have the head, the thorax, and the abdomen. And then if you want to at the end, we can add on some antennae. We can just draw those. So we are going to make our butterfly today. I have a set of directions here that we're going to kind of follow along with. So to make our butterfly what we call symmetrical, which is the same on both sides, we always are going to fold our paper first. That will help us to make it symmetrical. So I'm going to be using my orange paper here for the background. I'm not going to cut that paper at all. And then I'm going to pick a new piece of paper for my butterfly's wings. And I'm going to fold this paper in half, kind of like a book. Line up the edge and then kind of pinch the fold. And then after I do that, I will need a pencil. Or in my case, I'm going to use a Sharpie just so you can see the lines a little bit better, but you can go ahead and use a pencil. And I'm actually going to draw the wing starting at the fold. So my finger's on the fold right now, and I'm going to draw the wing shape to the fold. And if I do it this way, then the wings will actually stay together. If they don't, though, that's okay. You can still glue both wings down. All right, so now I'm going to pinch. Notice I've got my fingers curled up down here, kind of like my thumb's pressing on them. I'm going to pinch with my thumb on top. I want to make sure my thumb is in the small hole of the scissors, fingers are in the big hole. I can only fit two. You might be able to fit more. And then remember, thumb is always up. And when we're cutting, we need to remember that we're not turning the scissors. The scissors job is just open, close, and not even all the way. Open, close, just a little bit like this. So just a little bit. And then I'm going to turn the paper with my other hand that's holding the paper. So the scissors are just doing one job, open, close. The other hand is turning the paper. And every once in a while I'm kind of stopping and moving my hand a little closer to the scissors, but notice it always stays behind the scissors. If it was in front, I might accidentally cut my hand. All right, so now I'm going to open up. And now I have my wings for the top of my butterfly. So then I'm going to put some glue. I always put the glue on the side where I did the pencil line so that you can't see it. So I'm going to put a little glue stick glue or bottle glue if you have bottle glue on the backs of the top wings. And I am going to put them on my paper. So this is a lot like how Eric Carle does his illustrations for his books. Hopefully you had a chance to watch The Very Hungry Caterpillar. He creates his papers and then cuts them out a lot like this. And if you want to paint some papers first and then cut them out to do this, like I have one here that's been painted, you can do that too. That's exactly how Eric Carle likes to make his illustrations. All right, so second job is the bottom wings. And I am again going to fold the paper, and then I'm going to draw the bottom wings, cut them out, and glue them. I do want to glue them a little bit under the top wings. So remember, these are the forewings, and right now I'm going to make what is called the hind wings. All right, so I am going to grab another piece of paper here and use this blue one. Got a little bit of drawing on it, not much. A little bit of blue pencil, I think. All right, so again, I'm going to draw where the fold is. And I'm going to put my fingers down here so I know where the fold is. And then I'm going to make a little bit of a different shape, kind of a pointier shape for the bottom wings, like that. And then I'm going to do the same thing again. I'm going to cut out on the line, making sure that I turn my paper with my hand that's holding it and I don't turn the scissors. Alright, so now when I open this up, and my bottom wings, and like I said, you got to try and tuck them under the top wings a little bit when you glue. So I'm going to put a little glue on the pencil side I have there. And I'm going to slide them under. And it's okay if there's a little gap in the middle because we're going to put the body over that anyways. All right, So now I'm on to the third part here, which is to make a body, which is a head, a thorax, and an abdomen. Now, I am going to fold the paper for this, and then when I draw, I'm only drawing half the body. It's kind of like when you make a heart, you fold it, and you make half the heart, and then open it and get the whole heart. So I'm going to use this light blue paper here. I'm going to fold this one up. I like to actually kind of lay it where it would actually be on the butterfly. Remember, that should be where the fold of the paper is. And then that way I know. So I'm going to do half a circle. And then I'm going to do another kind of bump for the thorax. And then a third half of a bump for the abdomen. And that way I know my body is long enough for the wings for my butterfly. And then this one's gonna be a little harder. I'm gonna do a little teeny tiny pinch there, just because there's not a lot of paper that I'm cutting out. And I'm gonna just kind of cut each bump. And then when I open it up, I should have the whole body. All right, and I'm gonna put the glue on the back and then glue it on. Just like that. All right, so the last part is butterfly wings usually have very decorative patterns on them. We are going to fold the paper again because when we do that, then when we cut out one shape, we actually get two. We get one for each side. And since our butterfly should be symmetrical and the same on both sides, we need to do that. So when you use papers to make the pattern parts, you can do, if you have like old art papers that have paint on them, you can use those. You could get into magazines and find some magazine papers to use, or maybe you've got some sort of decorative paper at home that you want to use. So that's up to you. You don't have to use just one. You can use lots, but just fold them all first. You want to make sure you fold everything in half. That way you're getting two of something when you cut it out. Right, so I'll start with this painted paper here, and I'm not actually going to draw shapes for this. I'm just going to cut some shapes out. But when I cut the shape out, I do need to cut the whole shape out. If I only cut part of it out, then it's not going to come apart. See how that opens up, and I have two shapes. And if I open my paper up, you can see I have two holes. So I'm going to use those, maybe up here on the top of my butterfly. I'm going to cut some triangle shapes out of this one. And maybe I'll use those down here on the bottom wings. I'll use some of my decorative paper here. I'm going to cut out kind of a teardrop shape. Put that maybe there. Then I can just keep going. I can keep adding more and more shapes. So maybe I like the circles a lot. I'm going to cut out a few more of those. These are actually more like, almost like eye shapes. Maybe I'll do that there. If I do it to one side, I got to do it to the other. That's what makes it symmetrical. Oh, I think that's upside down. I feel like down at the bottom, I want to kind of cut out a long, skinny strip of paper. That might be too big. I'll do a little smaller. All right, so there's two for that. And then I'll use the magazine paper again and do another shape. Oops, a little extra piece in there. And let's see, make it look the same on both sides. All right, so then once you've got all your pieces lined up so that it's the same on both sides, you can start to glue them down. So I usually just lift one at a time, put a little glue on the back, and then put it back down. That way I don't forget where it goes. So this is definitely a one at a time kind of thing. And then once all your pieces are glued down, if you want to, you can grab, a marker, a crayon, a pencil, and if you would like, you can add on the antenna for your butterfly as well. So, and when you're all done, you can hang it up and show everyone your beautiful butterfly.